In my last video, I gave my thoughts on Sony's new addition to their Spider-Man universe. I went on a long rant about how the universe was screwed and someone needed to fix it, and basically said that I was going to do that. So this video is my suggestion on how we can get the Sony Spider-Man universe back on track. Let's begin. So, the MCU's first phase was about 6 films, and Sony obviously wants to follow in Marvel's footsteps desperately, so I suggest we go phase-wise. This video will cover the first phase for the SSU that I think they could do, and if this does well, I'll do phase 2, keep going. But for now, I want this to be a conclusion to phase 1 to the SSU. Currently, the Sony Spider-Man universe has 4 films: Venom, Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage, Morbius, and Madam Web. The 5th film in the SSU, Kraven, is coming out this year, and Venom 3 is set for next year, I think. So, Kraven is coming next, and I'm pretty certain it won't follow Kraven's Last Hunt, so no Spider-Man. So I want to work that in to Venom 3, with an idea I think they might actually follow because of the post-credit scenes in Venom 2 and No Way Home, kind of setting this up. So, after the No Way Home post-credit scene, Venom goes home, and Andrew follows. I want them to be in the same universe now. Why not? Let's do it. Anyway, they're back in the same universe, and because of Venom 2's credit scene, Venom believes Spidey to be a villain, so he sets off to beat him. Peter ends up in a fight with Venom, and Peter saves Eddie, seeing him inside the symbiote thinking it's hurting him. Brock, still believing Peter to be a villain, is mad. He immediately remerges with Eddie again. They fight, and the symbiote consents that Peter is a more viable host, a stronger one, a better one. Spidey still has some rage in him. It just doesn't come out anymore, but the symbiote consents this. Peter has the potential to be an angry host, so it splits off, bonding itself with Peter, and we see that rage immediately come out. Peter swings off from the fight. He's reinvigorated. He feels brilliant. The symbiote has already made him feel amazing, so he decides he's going to keep it. It's not that bad, right? What harm could it do? The rest of the film follows Pete becoming more and more angry, and Eddie feeling pain without the lack of Venom. He doesn't have that power, that strength. His body is adjusted to the symbiote being there, and without it there, he starts to really suffer. So he desperately needs Venom back, and he's going to fight for him, because without him, his body's basically deteriorating. This is kind of new, I think. I don't know if the comics have done that, this sort of storyline. But if they haven't, the SSU likes to change things. Let's give this a try. So Venom and Eddie have a really close friendship in this iteration of their relationship. So, as I said, we're going to mix things up, right? So Venom, seeing Eddie dying, goes back to being, with him and, as Eddie as his host. I mean, they're a much better match than Peter and the symbiote. Eddie merges with him, and they both get to feed off of this. I don't really know why they would do this. It's a huge change, but I kind of like it, It kind of fleshes out Eddie and Venom as, a pair. Moving on, Sinister 6 Part 1 and 2. These films will see the continuation of our story. Kraven goes out to gather some friends to take on Spidey after seeing everything that went on in our last film, Venom 3. Rhino, Harry Osborn, Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus, and Vulture. Rhino and Green Goblin make sense, having already been in the Amazing Spider-Man movies. Doc Ock and Vulture were teased at TASM 2's post-credit scene, so they can be here. Having the Sinister 6 film in 2 parts allows us time to actually flesh out these characters. Madam Web really struggled with this, so 2 to 3 hour movies should be more than enough time to get these characters fleshed out and feel 3D. So, Sinister 6 Part 2 ends with the whole team assembled, ready to kill Spider-Man. We get a final fight where Spidey is almost killed, and he flees the fight desperately injured. Finally, after all that's done, we get another 2-parter. I'm really banking on them getting their shit together in this, alternate universe where this series happens. And we get 2 films, Spider-Man vs. the Sinister Six, 1 and 2. This would see Peter take on the group one-on-one, and then as a whole group at the end. There's not much I can say here. It kind of just follows the Insomniac game, because I feel like that story is really good. So, that's my proposal for how to do the SSU Phase 1, I guess. It's very mixed up, it's very different, it's out there, but, I don't know, I felt like doing some crazy fanfiction shit, because why not? Will they go in this direction? Probably not, but it's always fun to go wild with fan ideas, right? I mean, what do you guys think of my idea then? Do tell in the comments, and tell me what you'd do if you were given the option to come in and fix Sony's dying universe. Anyway, that is today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you later. Goodbye.